everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, Love for Intuitive Astrology. So for everyone who's new, my name is Michelle. I'm an intuitive astrologer. I combine my intuition with my knowledge of astrology, and this is reflected in this video. So I will be talking about the upcoming full moon in Scorpio that will happen on the 23rd of April 2024 at 4 degrees and 17 minutes. You see some tail walking by, that's my cat, okay? Nothing scary, right? And I also don't want you to be scared of this upcoming full moon. It's going to be transformative, but it's going to be giving you massive opportunities for healing. It will be triggering, right? Because Scorpios sting a little bit. But also they trigger you to change, and they trigger you to become the best version of yourself. And I'm not talking about the sign of Scorpio, I'm talking about the energy of Scorpio. So I will start off a little bit with the general introduction of this full moon. I think it's so important to understand that, to understand the sign of Scorpio, or the energy of Scorpio, what planets are in aspect with this full moon. And then I will dive into all the signs, right? I always recommend you to watch your sun sign and your rising sign. And if you want, you can also watch your moon sign, okay? So yeah, if you are a fixed sign or you have any planets, right, in a fixed sign around 4 degrees, you will be super impacted by this full moon. At the same time, we have a lot of Aries energy. This has been a huge subject already in the month of April and in the upcoming months, because we've been having eclipses in Libra and Aries, which are bringing in new subjects regarding to relationships, regarding to being your authentic self, which is something that people are working on right now, because a lot of people have been on zombie mode, have been detached from who they are, have been detached from their life purpose and what they want to be, or just to be, right? Like, people don't know how to be anymore. So the world is shaking up a little bit, and it's saying, hey, hello, are you on the right track? Are you happy? And I'm getting a lot of readings where people ask, like, what is my life purpose? And sometimes your life purpose is not a thing or like a specific situation. It is about following your heart and doing what your gut, your heart is telling you to do. And sometimes people go against it. That's against your life purpose. Your life purpose is the whole lesson. It's the curiosity and following the things that you want to know more about, right? It's living from the heart space versus the head space. The head space is helping you plan things. It's helping you move forward. But if you're not doing something according to your heart space, it's really hard to get stuff done, right? And that's why people say, you know, with the manifestations, like, you don't have to work a day in your life. That's not really true. It's about finding something you really enjoy doing, and then it doesn't feel like work. Please let me know, people who work like 1 or 2 hours a day. I want to know how you do that. But certainly for me, that's not been my, like, how I see things, and I've seen people do their things. But it's like, you choose something that you love, and then it doesn't become work. You will do it even if you wouldn't get paid for it, right? So then you put joy into it, and people are attracted to that joy, okay? So yeah, we have a stellium in Aries. So we're going to have Venus in a conjunction with Chiron, the wounded healer. So what does that tell you, right? Venus is, because my story is always related to the astrology, okay? Because for me, astrology is a story. If I do a reading for a client, that means it's a blueprint. It's your story. And with that story, you can uplift to your highest purpose. They're the high aspect in astrology, right? And there are the shadow aspects. Each sign has them, right? I really don't like these groups that say, oh, I dislike this sign or this sign. I mean, let's be honest. It's not about that. It's about how we can become the best version of ourselves. And the blueprint is just the blueprint. Wow, I can't pronounce that. So, you know, you can change it. You can change it. You can upgrade it to how it is that you want to become, where you want to get, or, you know. So, yeah, like my stuttering, we have Mercury retrograde this month. So also in Aries, in a conjunction with Chiron, in a conjunction with Venus, and also together with the North Node. So the North Node is bringing a huge destiny there. So maybe you're being pushed in an area that feels unfamiliar, uncomfortable, but it feels like it's the way to go for you. Because the North Node is a bit uncomfortable, right? It's something new, it's something destined, but it's like, ooh, this is, I don't know, I'm not used to this. But, you know, this is something I feel I have to do. And you're going to kind of grow into it. And Venus is about the heart. It's about healing the heart. So a lot of you are healing past relationships. Also with Libra, you know, we have the South Node in Libra. So it's about closing a lot of past relationships. And which sign is going to help you dive deep into your past, dive deep into your cycles that keep repeating itself? That's Scorpio, right? It rules the 8th house. It's about, you know, diving deep within. And whatever it is that you need to dive deep within, this could be therapy, this could be tarot, this could be hypnosis, this could be meditation. Whatever you need to dive deeper within yourself and to let go of patterns and things that are no longer serving you. And, you know, when we look at Venus, we also talk about money. So any money issues or any insecurities surrounded by money will also be coming up, right? And a money sign is Taurus. Taurus is very earthly sign. It rules the 2nd house. So this is about money, self-worth. This is about materials in your life. And we're going to have Jupiter and Uranus in a conjunction, okay? Hey, sweetie. Yes, I'm doing a video, so yeah, okay. I love you too. I love you too. So it's about finding new ways to make money for some of you, because Uranus is unexpected, thinking out of the box. And when Jupiter is there, it's expanding that, okay? So finding new creative ways on making money. It's also the sign of land, farming. So it's about maybe finding new ways to do farming, finding new ways to plant plants. Do you say that? So yeah, for agriculture. So there might be new things coming up. And, you know, it is a very important thing for the future. So we're going to look at agriculture in the future, right? This is very important because ultimately we need fresh foods to survive. We need to nurture ourselves. And, you know, Venus in Aries is about how to nurture your identity, how to nurture your personality. Taurus is about the physicality of things, right? What do I need in order to be happy? Do I really need 5 million, right? Or can I be happy with another amount? Like, what makes you happy? These questions are going to come up. What is important to you? And, you know, it is a time where the truth is coming to the surface. And we have this full moon in a square with Pluto. And Pluto is the planet of the underworld. So it's bringing up the suppressed feelings that you've been having. And this could be regarding money situation. This could be regarding relationships, okay? That's why we see a lot of breakups this year. People coming together as well, because the South Node in Libra can bring back past lovers. But, you know, is that going to work out? That really depends on how much you've done your healing, right? How much you've healed yourself, because we have Chiron in Aries, which is about your authenticity and how authentic you are with yourself, okay? So it's a lot of transformative energy, but in a way that it's gonna go in the right direction. So do not be afraid to sit with uncomfortable feelings this full moon, I actually encourage you to do it. Sit down, meditate, cry, see where it hurts, see where you're triggered. Like where you're triggered, you still need to heal, right? And, you know, for me personally, like, I'm very triggered when I see that people take on all the space, for example. And this is because I was a little bit ignored when I was younger. So if people take in all the space and, you know, I feel like they are a bit not respecting my boundaries, things like that, I'm getting triggered. And what taught me was that I needed to meet a lot of people who were very, like, a lack of empathy to understand that I need to have better boundaries. I needed to have better boundaries, okay? And ultimately I realized I'm not a victim. I was never a victim. And there was a time in my life where I thought like I was a victim, everything that happened to me, and people were doing that to me. And my ultimate realization is I did that to myself. I allowed that to happen. I didn't stand up for myself. I wasn't in my authentic truth. And I had to learn to love myself, even though if other people don't agree with that, because that's the ultimate love. And you know what? The moment I realized that I'm enough and I don't need to please others to be enough, this is where my life transformed. I started having more stability. People reacted to me differently, you know, and that's what we have to be aware about, that even people do things to you, it's up to us how we're gonna move forward to the future. Not saying that in certain situations abuse isn't real. Yes, it is. It's unfair, it's horrible, but ultimately, do we let those people like influence the rest of our life? And that's the power we have, right? That's the healthy power that Pluto is giving you. It's about, no matter what people have done to you, you choose yourself to be happy, and you allow people to be in your life with an open heart, Chiron and Venus, okay? You allow people to be in your life that have the best of effort for you or the best of intention, and you will see that the people around you change, okay? So the more you heal, you will see the result on the outside, okay? So it's about taking responsibility for your own happiness without shutting out people and becoming, because I've seen a lot of people going into one extreme or another, either you know, very giving and then shutting completely and not giving at all. And I think I've been in those phases as well. And it's about finding a midway and being confident enough that where you're at and who you are is enough, and that your intuition is spot on. So listen to your intuition. Don't doubt it. This is our compass, okay? And I know it's a lot of stories, but I want to inspire you to dive deeper into your story, right? It's not about me and my story. It's about, I want to make you think about your story and how you can deal with that. Because if we're staying in this victim mode for too long, without even knowing it, it's like, it's gonna impact you and your happiness, okay? And we have to feel uncomfortable sometimes and see what it is you can change, even though it's super hard, okay? So that's my story intake on what is going on. We have Mars and Neptune together in Pisces, so there will be a little bit of a, people are gonna wake up and want to help the planet more, because Neptune is very utopian, it's very spiritual, and it's about helping the planet in the best way possible. So maybe people are gonna clean up the oceans, and definitely, yes, I said it before in my last video about the possible earthquakes, because Uranus is in an earth sign, it's shaking up the earth, and Jupiter is expanding, okay? So it's making things bigger. And, it's Mother Nature waking us up to reality that we have to be more nurturing for the planet. So Pisces, right? We have Neptune and Mars together. So fighting for peaceful warrior, but you know, fighting for a better world and really becoming more aware on your day-to-day life and how that's impacting others and how that's impacting the earth, right? Because I always say people who are more in alignment with themselves, they can take responsibility and they can really see how things affect nature and other people, right? This is important, not giving yourself away without thinking about yourself, but taking other people, other animals into account with everything that you're doing, right? Because everything has an effect. Even though we think that things have small effects, but things can have huge impacts. So don't underestimate yourself. Anyways, I'm ready to start with all the signs. So let me get the first sign up. Aries. We have Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, well, you're going through massive transformations, okay? And a lot of you are starting to awaken to your own truth. So maybe you've been denying something for a while about yourself. Maybe you've not followed your heart for a while. Maybe you were too caught up in a relationship where you were giving yourself away. But now is the time to heal your heart, to heal from your past, and to really see who in your life is bringing, how do you say that? Who's bringing value into your life, right? So not only do we have this full moon in your 8th house, right? So 8th house is about transformation. This is also about money. So, you know, if you're going through a divorce, it's about separation of assets. Maybe that could come up. This is about how you're gonna distribute your money, how you're gonna earn money by doing something that you love. Okay, and it's in a square with Pluto. So do you have people in your life that support you, like a tribe that supports you, or you feel like they are there is maybe some jealousy, or people that are trying to control you or trying to make you be someone that you're not? So these questions are coming up around this time, okay? Like, are these people really happy for me, or are these people here to like maybe benefit from you? You could be in a really good money cycle, so be aware who you spend money on, who you lend money to. And also make sure to invite people in your life that really deserve you, Aries. So we have Saturn and Mars in the 12th house. This is really about letting go of a lot of anger. This could be anger from the past. Maybe you let people walk all over you and you're really just ready to have more boundaries right now. This could also be things from a past life, okay? So you could be having weird phobias or weird fears and you have no idea where it comes from. You could do some past life regression if you want. Meditate on it. You know, your body, your guides will always give you answers. So yeah, you are in a money cycle. I would say, like, it is Mercury retrograde, so it's not the best time to sign new contracts. So if you do, read the details very carefully. Okay, let me get you a card. Forgiveness. And you know what, Aries? The person you need to forgive is yourself, okay? I'm feeling you need to forgive yourself for maybe you've not always shown up for yourself the way that you should, the way that you deserve. And now it's time to forgive yourself for not having everything clear, for not making the perfect decisions. So I'm getting animal, and I feel like ask your guides what is your spirit animal, but I'm seeing a cat. For a lot of you, a cat. So maybe you're gonna be more in a cat-like energy. which is a little bit like a Scorpion energy, right? You're gonna filter a bit better, right? Because your fiery energy is very enthusiastic, it's very outgoing, and sometimes you don't filter enough. Like, you're very inclusive, and you want people to come in your life and to add joy, and you don't really see what are people's real intentions. Okay? Pray. I'm getting pray. So I feel like it's time to connect with yourself again and to have faith in that things are going to work out for the best, even though it's very scary. You're being pointed in a new direction. Some of you have been going through a breakup with the South Node in Libra in the 7th house. And for some of you, it's someone coming back from the past, okay? Someone is coming back from the past. Blessings of abundance. Didn't I tell you you're in a money cycle? Things are going really, really well, okay? So it's time to really focus on your value, how much you're worthy of being in a relationship, how much you're worthy of being treated well in your relationship. So you are going to have new standards that you feel you're deserving of, right? So maybe you're raising the prices when it comes to your work. You are not allowing everyone to come in, and you just filter a bit more, okay? So that's my message for you, my lovely Aries. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment below how this resonates with you. I also do private readings. You'll find my email in the description box below, and I hope to see you next time. Let's move on to Taurus. So Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So for you, we have this full moon in Scorpio in your 7th house of relationships, okay? And you're going to reevaluate like what is important to you when it comes to your partner. And also, this should be someone that's supporting your career, because we have a square with Pluto. Pluto is close to your midheaven for a lot of you, okay? Close to your 10th house. So you want somebody that's there for you when it comes to your career. You want somebody that is going to support you. And maybe in the past, you were dating people that weren't fully in alignment with what you want to do, or weren't fully believing in your skills or in your passion. And that's something that is really important to you. Then we have this whole bunch of planets, this whole stellium in Aries in your 12th house. So you are closing down a huge cycle from your past and past lives, especially regarding, again, relationships, who hurt you in the past. You know, were you in your true alignment when you met these people? And also, right now in your relationship, if you are in a relationship right now, is this person fully supporting you? If not, speak up about that, right? Because Mercury retrograde is going back to the past, and it's like, did I actually speak up about this? Did I tell people what I need? Did I tell people what I want? Do I tell my partner that? So it's about being clear about what it is that you need and what it is that you want. Then we have Saturn and Mars in the 11th house. So who are your true friends? Like, who are happy for you? Who are there for you? And you're really filtering out your true friends and the people that deserve you, right? And you maybe prefer to hang out with like older people, or people with like an old soul, or just people who are committed. Because you want friendships that are committed around this time, and you don't want people that are flaky, that are coming in and out. That's just not what you want at this point. Jupiter and Uranus in the 1st house. You might want to change your look, right? You might want to, it's like you have lots and lots and lots of ideas, a lot of things that you want to do. Uranus is making you a bit restless, but also very optimistic. There's just a lot of things coming your way, but definitely you are in a cycle of a new beginning. So new things that can make you money, especially if you're an early degree Taurus rising, you're going to have a huge change when it comes to your career. Things that are shifting, shaking, changing like never before. But look at that, Taurus. You found it. You found it. So listen to your ideas. Write them down. You need some time in solitude as well around this full moon with all these planets in the 12th house, right? Like sun is already in your sign. So I do want to say happy birthday to my lovely early degree Taurus suns, right? Beautiful time to manifest, beautiful time to tell the universe what it is that you want. But it's like mix going out and taking action with relaxing, okay? Because with meditation, you can get a lot more understandings around this time. That's crazy. I was just saying then I pulled this card. Look deeper. So there are some subconscious patterns that at the moment need to be like removed, or you're becoming more aware of them. Like maybe you weren't aware of them before. But yeah, wise decision. Wise decision. So whatever it is that you were thinking about, when it comes to following the heart, that's a wise decision, okay? Just gonna get you one romance card and see what comes up for my Taurus. Free yourself. So maybe you felt trapped in a relationship. Maybe you felt like you couldn't be fully yourself, and it's time to free yourself. It's time to to free yourself. Even if you're in an existing relationship, tell your partner you need space to be fully you, right? Attraction and full love. So how can you, attract true love if you can't be free? So it's about finding the attraction within yourself, and then you can attract someone that's perfect for you. Okay, so this is my message for you, my amazing Taurus. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below how this resonates with you, and I hope to see you next time. Let's move on to Gemini. So Gemini, sun, moon, and rising. For you, we have this full moon in Scorpio in the 6th house, okay? 6th house is about your health. It's about your routines. So now is the time to change your diet, to change the way you do things. So maybe you're gonna eat healthier. Maybe something about your diet needs to change, okay? Less sugar, more vegetables, eat more, eat less, do more sports, okay? And this full moon, right, because the sun in Taurus is in the 12th house, is in a square with Pluto. So it's a little bit, maybe you changed your diet because you didn't believe in yourself anymore. You might have lost faith there for a little while, because Pluto in the 9th house could tell you like maybe you lacked a bit of faith. Maybe you lacked faith in yourself and your capabilities. But I'm telling you, you've been in a cycle where you were learning about your subconscious patterns, where you were growing spiritually, and you're getting ready for your next cycle, okay? And the next cycle is when Jupiter is going to pass your ascendant, your sun, or your moon, okay? You will be in the spotlight. Then we have Venus, Chiron, Mercury retrograde, and the North Node in your 11th house of friendships, community. And maybe there's just something that you want to share with people, like maybe through workshops, or you want to go to like a conference, or you want to teach people something, and you just felt like maybe you weren't smart enough, you weren't good enough to do that. But now you're starting to see like, hey, my words have value. My authenticity can be seen in groups of people. So you would definitely heal that about yourself, and you're gonna stand up for yourself so you can become a better leader. Okay, with Saturn in the 10th house, some of you have gotten a more leadership position. You've been expanding your authority skills, but Saturn is not about the ego. So the ego has to go, and then you become the authority figure that you are meant to be, right? It can also teach you something. because Saturn wants to teach you hard things. So it's about restricting something so you become more grateful about it when it does happen, when you're gonna work hard for it, right? Because we are here to also learn. So sometimes you need to learn. And now for you, the lesson is in it's in your work, in hard work, and what you're willing to, you know, how you're gonna do your routines as well to get the work done. Are you sacrificing yourself? Are you staying healthy? Are you working too little? So you're gonna find all these things out, okay? Yeah, you have Uranus and Jupiter in the 12th house, so definitely massive, expansive opportunities when it comes to your spiritual journey. Like, Uranus is related to Kundalini as well. Jupiter is the teacher, so some of you definitely can get like some type of Kundalini awakening, spiritual awakening. And for the people who get scared about these things, I just want to let you know the universe doesn't give you things you're not ready for. So it will not happen when you're not ready. It will happen when you're ready. And when you stop being scared about these things, you know, because being in the light is not something scary, but you do have to keep up your energies and you do have to keep up your light, right, to stay in that place. Let's get you a card. Look deeper, right? Look deeper within, Gemini. Like, what is it that you need to see about yourself? What is it that you need to heal in order to be more peaceful, right? So what is the stress that's coming up a lot, and what makes you feel more peaceful? What would make you feel more peaceful? These are thoughts that are going to come up, okay? Generosity. So is there an equal give and take with your friends or your friendships? If yes, then okay, all good. If no, then maybe that's something to consider. And if you give something, don't expect anything in return, because if you give in order to get something back, that's not going to work. So it's about selfless giving. And yeah, let me give you one romance card. Attraction. So it's about learning that you're enough and that you attract to you good things when you're living fully in the moment, fully expressing yourself, fully expressing your heart. And this is how you make new friends. This is how your health will be much better, okay? Because when you love yourself, you want to reflect it in your diet. So that's super important. Anyways, that's my message for you, my amazing Gemini. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below how this resonates with you, and I hope to see you next time. So let's move on to Cancer. Cancer, Sun, and Rising. So for you, we have this full moon in Scorpio in your 5th house, okay? And it's opposing the Sun in the 11th house, where we also have Uranus and Jupiter. So this is kind of a extrovert time for you, which is kind of weird because some of you are naturally more introvert, but this is a time where you connect with community. This could be online community, this could be physical community, right? Going out there. And this full moon is triggering you on self-expression. So what is preventing you from fully expressing yourself? Like, do you feel like you're not good enough, not creative enough, like other people are better than you? And I've heard this many times that people don't do something because other people are already doing it, but no one is like you, right? Like when I started my YouTube channel in astrology, of course, there are other people doing this as well, but we all have our own ways. And I think it's actually really beautiful that people do the same as me and they have different approaches to it. And I feel like we can learn from everyone, and people will connect with the people they feel drawn to. Okay, the right people always look for the right people. So there is no competition. And, you know, when you start comparing or when you start saying like, you know, this person is there and that person is there. You're on your own journey, and that's the beautiful thing. You can explore in your own time with your own skill set, and there is no, because with Scorpio in the 5th house, you might be a bit perfectionistic about what you're doing, and maybe you feel like you need to be better or more skilled, but you have to start somewhere. And sometimes making mistakes is so good, because you can actually, that's where you learn and become better, right? So also when we have Moon in the 5th house in a square with Pluto in the 8th house, opposition with the Sun in the 11th, we're gonna have to deal with romance as well. Like maybe there is something related to a third party, jealousy. Are you jealous? Is your partner jealous? And why is this happening? Is this triggering something from your past? Are you with the right person? Because the right person makes you jealous. Is that something within you? Is that something they are triggering? So you will get some answers to these type of situations, okay? And then 5th house relates to the kids as well. Like maybe you know, it depends how old your kids are, but with so many planets in the 11th house, you probably want to be out and about a lot. And your kids are like, I want you to spend some time with me. You're gone a lot. And, I want you to, So there could be something there. Inner child healing, very important around this time. And what I've seen a lot with clients, what they tell me is that when you have kids, they will trigger something within you from your own childhood, okay? And that brings massive opportunities for healing. Then we have this whole bunch in Aries in your 10th house. So a lot has to do with your work. Are you following the direction and your passion when it comes to your work, right? Are you scared to speak up or share your opinions? Or, maybe there was an idea that you had to share and you didn't, because we do have Mercury retrograde. So maybe you had an idea that you didn't speak up about, and maybe you're going to do that now, like later, and saying, I have this idea. I've been thinking about it for a while. Some of you are going back to an old company. If you are changing jobs, make sure that if you can sign it in May, that would be better, okay? If you can, read the details very, very carefully. Okay, I'm getting peaceful. So you're trying to find ways to be as peaceful as possible. Maybe you haven't felt so peaceful because maybe there was just a lot to do and you lost kind of faith in yourself. I'm getting moved, so it's time to maybe do some sports. Others of you're gonna literally move with the South Node in Libra in the 4th house. Move away from family, moving out with someone, moving in, okay? So there is definitely a sense of move here. You could be moving for a job, because the North Node is in the 10th house, right? The South Node is in Libra in the 4th house. So some of you are moving for work. Wow. Didn't we just say this? I love how this is aligned. This is crazy. Speak your truth. So it's like some of you maybe need to speak your truth about something in the workplace. Speak your thoughts. This is going to be very important. This is going to be very key for you. Let me get you also a romance card. New love. So new love might be coming, okay? With the square with Pluto, I would like to say, be aware, is this someone that is liking you for Lou? Mercury retrograde is doing great for me. Liking you for you, or, is it more sexual, or is it more, provocative attraction? So maybe that's something you want. I'm not here to judge. You do you. But if you want something more serious, I would wait a little bit longer, okay? Here we're getting children. So for some of you, it's a situation where children are involved. Maybe you need to, some of you have been going through a breakup and you need to discuss who's having the children when, who's going to take them, who's going to pick them up, who's going to bring them where. So these are discussions that could be coming up. And then I see a little dog. So some of you are thinking about getting a pet, getting a dog, or you have a dog. And, you know, maybe it's a good idea that your kids are going to walk with you when walking the dog, okay? So that's my message for you, my lovely Cancers. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment below how this resonates with you. And I hope to see you next time. I so appreciate you. Let's move on to Leo. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So yeah, we have this full moon in Scorpio in your 4th house. So 4th house has to do with your family. So there's going to be a huge transformation happening when it comes to your ancestral line, your ancestral patterns, your family, okay? And regarding your family, also your relationships. So very often, because of the way we were raised, we attract people that are like your family members, for example. And this will keep happening until you learn the lesson, because obviously you're going to be raised with a certain expectation. So when you're little, you learn how to live with a certain dynamic. And if you don't know any better, you will repeat that dynamic because that's all you know. And changing relationships based on that dynamic and letting it go, it's difficult. You have to transform, you have to go through a lot of triggering events, but ultimately you will learn, right? And you will change the way you see your relationships, your partner. And the key is within us, right? Even though we were raised a certain way, it is how we react to that. So something that's familiar to us, we will be attracted to that, right? And we can only be attracted to something else when we healed that part of us that was used to be triggered, that was used to a certain dynamic. So when you're no longer accepting that same dynamic, it's not going to happen anymore. Or it might happen, it might test you. How are you going to deal with that, okay? So you have a whole bunch of planets, right? We have Taurus season, we have Jupiter and Uranus in the 10th house. So definitely a huge expansion in your career, okay? If you're on social media, there might be a massive visibility for you. We have the North Node, Mercury retrograde, Chiron, and Venus in the 9th house. So some of you might take a trip that's really gonna change the course of your life. This could change the direction of your religion, your belief systems, your spiritual journey. It's about healing the heart. And if you had to deal with, I don't know, I don't want to say like a cult-like situations, or people that were telling you to follow them and work for them and do exactly, you're going to heal these type of situations, okay? So I always say, if people telling you that you're special and, you know, you're a chosen one, I'm getting really tired of seeing so many videos and people saying, you know, these are videos for the chosen ones. We're not chosen ones. We chose to be here, okay? So we're all equal, and this is how you define someone that's there for ego or define someone that's of service. That's a huge difference, right? Like, you don't want people to follow you and cling on you and depend on your advice. You want people to give people advice so they can run with it, so they can live their own life, so they can become like self-regulated, not dependent. And, you know, people want to hear that they're special. That's like talking right to the ego. My God, you're amazing, you're great. This is how people get trapped in narcissistic relationships. And people on YouTube do the same. You're amazing, you're great, you're better than everyone. Everyone knows that. Follow, 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 follow. Yes, of course. And, you know, it's you have to look internally, like, is that realistic, right? People are amazing. Everyone's amazing. No one is better than the other one, right? We are all healing, struggling, doing our own things, but it's the realization that the real spirituality is being yourself, your authentic self, finding your tribe, or not even finding, they will find you. It's an attraction, right? And to hold yourself accountable and not pointing fingers, because that's the victim mode that I was talking about, like in the introduction of the video. And I fell for all these things at the beginning, you know. I was like, oh my god, I had an awakening, I'm special, I'm different from everyone, and do you think they will see that I'm different? No, I'm not different. We are all souls in a body trying to have an experience, and that's it. That's it. So Leo, anyways, my story, I know it will relate to someone, and someone needs to hear that. So yeah, with Saturn in the 8th house, you are transforming like nothing before. Okay, joint bank accounts, watch out right now. Okay, make really good agreements if you do have them at the moment. But yeah, your career is just wow. It's just wow. Codependency, what did we just talk about? This is crazy, right? So if you're in a codependent relationship, it's like not knowing. And codependent relationship doesn't have to be romantic, can be family members, can be friends, right? Can all these things. Attraction. So look into this attraction of codependency. I know some of you Leos need to hear this, and it's gonna help you. And you know what? You will thrive even more in your career when you just fully self-regulated, right? Not self-centered, that's different, but knowing how to look internally, and then the healthy relationships are gonna line up for you, okay? You see, then wedding can happen. Yeah, when you are fully in a healthy place with yourself, okay? If you're in a relationship or not, doesn't matter. The advice applies for all of that. So anyways, that's my message for you, my amazing Leos. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below how this resonates with you, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you so much. Let's move on to Virgo. So Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For you, we have Scorpio in the 3rd house, and it's in a square with your 6th house, okay? Pluto is in the 6th house, is in a square with the moon in the 3rd house, and the sun in Taurus in the 9th house. So watch your health, my lovely Virgo. So make sure to have a healthy routine, watch your health. Maybe you're gonna make changes to your diet. Some of you are studying, so maybe you want to have a fresh mind, and that's why you have healthy routines at the moment. But with Pluto, you can go a little bit extreme, okay? Working out too much, working out too little, you know, starting a diet and then ending up in extremes, okay? Like not eating carbs, and then, you know, for a year you don't eat carbs, and then after that you're gonna eat only carbs. This is Pluto. It's bringing different extremes. So the beautiful alignment here, Virgo, would be to have a balanced routine, a balanced situation. You are in a cycle of traveling, so some of you are definitely traveling. You have Jupiter and Uranus in the 9th house, so maybe you're having some unexpected trips. You could be working online, being like a digital nomad. You could be studying to change your career, to be more independent, self-employed. And I mean, Uranus, Jupiter, beautiful placement to learn astrology. So some of you are maybe learning astrology as well. Okay, and I always say, Virgos, you know, because astrology is pretty detail oriented, even though people think that it is very spiritual. You need to have a spiritual understanding, but you also need to be detail oriented. So if you have too much fire, it's going to be hard to be an astrologer. And Virgo, you're very detail oriented, right? You know the details, and you're really, if you have Mercury in Virgo as well, right? Mercury in Gemini or Virgo, it's great because you can transmute and translate your findings in easy words. So this is very helpful. And that's why in general, you know, people who have Mercury or in either Gemini or Virgo, you're fast thinkers, you're good at journalism, you're good at speaking, right? And you want to be clear, concise communication, okay? Anyways, so yeah, studying for some of you, watch out for your health. So if something is up, go to the doctor. I'm not against science at all. I think it's beautiful. I think together with spiritual healing, it's wonderful. That's my dream for the future, to see both of them align, because I think that's so helpful. Also, Virgo, you're going through this massive cycle of healing. Healing the heart, we have Venus and Chiron in the 8th house with Mercury retrograde and the North Node. So you are learning maybe to be in a partnership, how to divide money. Also watch out for overspending or lending money to people. Okay, it's about learning how to deal with money, being open and vulnerable with your partner about money. And what are your expectations? Okay, because maybe in the past it was something you didn't really want to talk about, but it's quite important, especially if you're in a relationship. Okay, getting to know each other. So some of you are getting to know someone. We do have Saturn and Mars in the 7th house, so it's like, it's quite serious, right? This is more like a serious commitment, but at the same time, it could be a bit of a struggle, okay? So it's like, take your time. Saturn wants to take its time. It's not like rushing into things. And Mars wants to rush. So you're going to have this like push and pull kind of effect. And then I got the card Trust. So it's about trusting. It's about healing cycles of vulnerability. Being vulnerable is scary for you, Virgo. As a Virgo myself, I can confirm that. It's difficult to really open up to people. We can talk a lot about many things, but opening up is not easy, and that took me a lot of years to get there, right? So to be open, fully vulnerable, to tell people what you need, right? So very soon. I think a lot of you, if you're single, very soon. And if you are in a relationship, right, and you want more commitment, very soon, okay? And if things are a bit rocky, I would say the breakup will be very soon, okay? But it all depends and applies to your situation. Because I always say, no matter how bad certain placements are, if you're in a strong relationship, it will not impact you. Why would it? Okay, there will be some bumps in the road, but if you're committed to someone, you can talk things through. And there is no danger of breaking it off. Anyways, that's my message for you, my lovely Virgos. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment below how this resonates with you, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you so much for being here. Let's move on to Libra. So Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So for you, we have this full moon in Scorpio in your 2nd house, and it's squaring Pluto in the 5th house. Okay, so there could be some money talk, some difficulties related to the kids, related to a romantic partner. Okay, who has what amount of money? How are you going to divide the money? Who's going to earn the money? Okay, so there might be some discussions that way. If you're single still, like maybe you need to find ways how to pay for the kids' school or for their sports, right? And in general, it could be, how am I gonna afford my hobbies? So if you don't have kids or a partner, this could be related to your hobbies as well. Like, yeah, I want to have this certain hobby, but the course is more expensive. So you're gonna write down your savings. You're going to write down what exactly you want to invest your money in. Okay, some of you are investing, and you could have some lucky breaks, but watch out with gambling. Okay, with Pluto in the 5th house, it can give gambling addiction. So maybe you have money coming in, an inheritance coming in. Okay, because you have Jupiter in the 8th house, which can give some lucky breaks when it comes to money. But watch out with gambling. Okay. Saturn and Mars in the 6th house, so it's really important to keep moving, commit to working out. What's up, lovely girl? What's up, lovely girl? She's like moving, and yeah, you're so cute. Aren't you cute? Yes, I love you. Love you, love you. Yeah. Okay. I love you. So yeah, and then we have this whole bunch of planets in the 7th house. So we have North Node, Mercury retrograde, Chiron, Venus. So you're going through this massive transformation when it comes to relationships, okay? You're healing the heart. Maybe you're gonna talk to someone from the past, okay? Maybe they did something to you, you did something to them. And in order for you to move on, you need to have a conversation, you need to have a closure. And yeah, it's just really important. Romantic feelings. It could be that you're sharing your romantic feelings with someone. All right. Playfulness. Pay attention to the red flags, okay? So, who are you dealing with? Maybe in the past you ignored some of these red flags, and now, and this could be due to passion. So, Libra, maybe you had like these pink colored glasses and you met someone and you were like, you know, this is gonna be it. And you had to learn how to also stay a bit grounded, right? Like passion is great. Depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for long term and you're just going into the passionate moment, of course it can work out, but you can ignore red flags that way. And come on, everybody has been there. So it's no accusation there. It's just this full moon is triggering. It's really diving deep into your core wounds. So for you, that's going to be relationships. That's going to be money. So maybe you feel like you're undervalued when it comes to money, or you're not fully able to express yourself when it comes to your work, and you would love to be more open, or you would love to do something that's just a little more suiting to your character. So anyways, that's my message for you, my amazing Libras. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment below how this resonates with you. I also do private readings. You find my email in the description box, and I hope to see you next time. So let's move on now to Scorpio. My lovely, lovely Scorpios. Well, this is going to be a fun one, right? But if any sign is not afraid of transformation, right? This moon will be in your sign. So check out if you have your sun, moon, rising at around 4 degrees. I have my moon, Scorpio moon at 1 degree, and I have a Scorpio ascendant. So I'm right there with you. So expect some deep transformation when it comes to partnerships, when it comes to your family. You're going to be triggered with some family situations that maybe you see in a partner, or maybe your family is not in agreement with the partner that you have, with your current partner. If you're single, right, you are in a romantic cycle, so definitely get out there. However, this month we do have Mercury retrograde, so for some of you it could literally be someone coming back, but you know, things might be sudden, fast, unexpected, but also a little triggering, okay? So it's like now you're letting go of old patterns in the family, and you're gonna really pay attention more to your relationships if they have the same red flags. You could have disagreements about moving in together. So it could be like, you know, I want to live there and you want to live there. Like, how are we going to resolve that? And how are we going to make that work? Okay. Saturn and Mars in the 5th house. So for some of you, there are kids involved. So it could be like, you know, maybe you need to take care of your kid, or your kid needs a lot of attention. And, you know, there's just so much going on. Also, work will be increasing with the North Node in the 6th house, Mercury retrograde, Chiron, and Venus. So you might have more work, and you're also going to have more trust in the work that you do. So maybe before you thought routines were difficult, or that was not something you would like to submit to. But now maybe you're starting to look at the small things, like enjoying a cup of tea, waking up the same time. So it's like you're gonna be okay, more okay with with the routine. So overall, it's just a lot of things happening, And definitely old family cycles are going to trigger you around this time. Okay, and yeah, it's time to let go of the old story that's no longer serving you, Scorpio, because there is a real chance of love. We have the South Node in the 12th house, so it's time to let go of old subconscious patterns when it comes to love and enjoy the honeymoon phase. Okay, because sometimes you're so scared to even enjoy something because you're scared about the outcome. You're scared about what's going to happen if you do enjoy, like maybe that it would be taken away from you, right? Even in the job, or, you know, I'm not going to fully give myself because maybe it's not going to be mine. Maybe it's not going to happen. Keep an open mind. And that's Jupiter and Uranus in the 7th house. Like maybe the person you thought was good for you is not necessarily good for you. Or, you know, maybe you thought that you had a certain type. But who needs a certain type, right? Like sometimes you just need to have a good time. Retreat. So it's about resting and also fully looking within. Like, how are you dealing with certain situations? Is there something you can change in order to make work work, in order to make relationships work? Because Scorpio, you like to be a little bit in control sometimes, and that's very hard for other people. And that's just to protect your heart. So maybe you need to speak up about something. You need to speak up about your feelings. And literally, if you have any type of heart problems, or, you know, you had trouble following your heart when it comes to work, this can heal now as well. Okay. And that's because it's time to listen to your heart. So this person could be worth waiting for. Okay. Give it time. You're scared when it's not happening right away, maybe, but it's about one step at a time. There's no rush, slowly opening up, and this is how you prevent being in another toxic relationship, right? Like taking your time, taking it one step at a time. Healthful eating, right? I almost forgot to tell you, 6th house, Aries, this whole bunch there, healthful eating. So it's time for new patterns. It's time to take action when it comes to your food, like have a healthier options so you feel more peaceful, because your diet is really influencing you as a person. Like, for example, I make quite long hours, and you know, that's why I need to eat very healthy, but I'm not going into any extremes, right? Like, I'm not this perfect utopian person. I do drink a glass of wine sometimes. I do go out sometimes. And why not? Like, because I do this type of work, I can't enjoy myself. And I see this trap happening a lot. Like, oh, I'm on the spiritual path, so I need to not drink, be perfect, do this. No, enjoy the physicality of life, enjoy good foods, but it's about not going into extremes, right? Not going into needing to have this perfection, but also eating healthy. Like, that's so important, because that's gonna help you to sustain longer hours. You're gonna feel more fit, your skin is gonna glow, you're gonna feel so much better. Okay, so your food is your your engine, your gasoline. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Anyways, that's my message for you, my lovely Scorpios. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment below how this resonates with you. I also do private readings. You find my email in the description box below, and I really hope to see you next time. Thank you for being here. Let's move on to Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, for you, we have this full moon in Scorpio in your 12th house. So there's an air of mystery there, okay? There's an air of breaking down the barriers that are preventing you from having the job that you want. And this could have to do with, you know, because we have Pluto in a square in the 3rd house. Is it hard for you to listen to other people? Are you interrupting people? Are people interrupting you? Are people not listening to you? So this is about the communication. And, you know, is there a way you can change things in your communicative skills that are going to help you to get the job that you want? Okay. And also to attract more clients. And how can you add your expertise into the work you do? So all the insecurities that you maybe have might be coming up. Then we have this whole bunch of Aries planets. We have the North Node, Mercury retrograde, Chiron, and Venus in the 5th house. So what is blocking you from fully expressing yourself and knowing that what you have to say is not stupid, right? Maybe you learned that when you were little that what you said is not true. That's not how you say things. So now you're gonna learn that fully expressing yourself is okay, and maybe people are not gonna like it, right? Like, that's okay. And that's something that you have to, that's not your issue. Like, if it comes from an authentic space, why not show people who you are and what you stand for? So these changes might happen. You might start a new hobby or start a creative project that is more in alignment with who you are, and you will get to understand more deeper parts of yourself through meditation, through hypnosis. Maybe you're going in a retreat, or for you, maybe meditation could be creating something, okay? Creating something, doing your sports, doing your routines. It's just awakening something in you. So yeah, Jupiter, Uranus in the 6th house could be bringing some good news with your health. It could also bring some self-indulgence, so be aware of that, okay? New clients, if you're working online or you're doing some type of research, you could have some type of breakthrough. So if you're ready to give up and I cannot do this, I'm not good enough, you will have some kind of breakthrough with that. There could be someone from the past coming back, wanting to have a talk with you. Express your love. It's safe for you to love. So maybe it's time to speak the truth to that person, okay? And say what's in your mind, in your heart. Like, it could be that maybe you were so scared to be honest, and that's kind of how you split. That's kind of, you know, what happened. And also, you are really reevaluating your friendships, like who is a good friend, who's not a good friend, who's there for you, who's understanding. You're gonna understand these things a bit better. Yeah, so there is a massive transformation happening, right? Saturn and Mars in the 4th house. It's not a great time to move, especially if you're Sagittarius rising, as we have Mercury retrograde. If you do, make sure everything is done correctly on paper. Everything is lined up, or you can have someone look at it for you. So you make sure everything is going smooth. Yeah, you're going back into passion. So this could be passion in a relationship. This could be passion for new projects, but you're going to feel like uplifted, and you're going to trust yourself again that what you think is, you know, you want to express yourself. You want to be fully you and fully authentic. And maybe some of you are starting an acting career, or you're starting to, you know, you want to show the world more. Want to show the world more of who you are. Mercury retrograde. This is happening with that. So yeah, there's a new cycle. You might be studying something new. You're going to have some breakthroughs. There could be some frustrations, but it's ultimately all about believing in yourself, and that yes, you can have these breakthroughs. So that's my message for you, my lovely Sagittarius. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment below how this resonates with you, and I hope to see you next time. Let's move on to Capricorn. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So for you, we have Scorpio in the 11th house, opposing Taurus in the 5th, and it's squaring Pluto in the 2nd. So what is happening here? This is a story about friendships, money, okay? Like watch out with lending people money or telling people how much you earn, okay? It's about equal give and take. So maybe people think you don't give enough, or you take too much, or you give too much. So there needs to be a balance in give and take. It needs to be equal. So you are re-evaluating your friendships and also how they value you as a person. Are they there for you? And you know, you are in a romantic cycle, so it's like, are your friends lining up with the partner that you with? If you meet someone new, are they happy for you? Are they there for you? And also there is a massive healing taking place when it comes to your family situation. Some of you are moving, and this could be like a really uncomfortable situation, but you're like slowly growing into that. Because there has been a little bit of issues when it comes to housing situation, family situation, okay? And you're slowly restoring that, and you realize that when you heal the fact that everywhere can be your home, right? You're not stuck to one place and that's your home. You can be happy anywhere. Anywhere is a place where you can call home. And once you realize that, you're gonna be more reluctant to make the change. Some of you are gonna work from home or working with homes, invest in property. However, do make sure you are looking at the details. We do have Mercury retrograde as well. So, you know, it's a bit uncomfortable, but you gotta trust, Capricorn. You have to trust. And yeah, you could have some lucky breaks, like some of you could win some money somewhere. I don't condone gambling, but you know, keep it small, keep it fun is fine. But yeah, you could win some money. Also, you could have some breakthroughs when it comes to your hobbies, like you're learning a lot of new things. Chemistry, so it's like you could literally be studying chemistry, or you could have chemistry with someone that's helping you, like getting more your hobbies more out there. If you're studying something, this could be a bit difficult because Saturn is in the 3rd house and it really wants you to commit to what you're doing, and it's not going to be the easiest route, but it's going to be learning you, teaching you how to commit, teaching you how to speak up, okay, when you have to, and teaching you how to finish your project or finish what you're doing. Finish your research if you're doing some type of research. Separation. So it could be that some of you are scared because you and your partner or you and your friends are separating. This could be because of a move. This could be because, you know, you're in a relationship and you're afraid that, and people are afraid that you're going to separate. But ultimately, home is where the heart is. And, you know, it's never good to give up your friends for a partner or to give up your partner for your friends. You have to find this healthy in the middle situation, right? Because we tend to be so happy sometimes that we forget that, you know, the people that were there for you even before are also very important to you, okay? Health, yeah, look at that, move and healthy food. So yeah, it could be that you're a bit self-indulgent at the time because you're having such a good time. Maybe you're going on romantic dates and it's like, you know, you're drinking a bit too much wine or you're having too much food. So be aware of that. And yeah, it will all be fine. So that's my message for you, my lovely Capricorns. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment below how this resonates with you. And I hope to see and speak to you next time. Thank you so much. Let's move on to Aquarius. So Aquarius, for you, we have this full moon in Scorpio in your 10th house. So definitely there's going to be some impact on your career. And Pluto is, especially if you're an early rising Aquarius, you're going to have Pluto close to your ascendant, close to your moon, if you're early degree moon, or close to your sun, okay? And this is bringing a massive opportunity for healing, okay? Massive opportunity for healing. Very uncomfortable. But it's like maybe you're starting a new job or you're moving. You could be moving homes. Just be aware, we do have Mercury retrograde, so it's best to move or sign contracts the month after. So I would really recommend you to do that in May. But if you can't, well, it is what it is. Let other people double check what is in the papers. Saturn is in the 2nd house with Mars. So money is a bit tight, or you feel like you have to work really hard for money. So Saturn's kind of teaching you here that, you know, in order to sometimes something needs to be restricted in order to appreciate it, right? So when you appreciate it, you can, yeah, the next time when it comes, like, you will be so much more grateful for that, okay? So yeah, there is a massive healing taking place for you in the upcoming years, but definitely this full moon will trigger that. Are you in a job that aligns with what you want? Are you in a job that your family wants you to be in? Are you in a job that's just close to the home because it's convenient? So now it's time to think things through, talk things through, and it could be also a huge opportunity to talk to your siblings, to heal the relationship with your siblings if they were a bit, up and down, because we have the North Node, Mercury retrograde, we have Venus and Chiron together. So you can heal your heart by talking to your siblings, maybe talking to your neighbors, okay? And also speak your truth, speak your heart to the people that maybe you feel have hurt you in some ways. Maybe they've done you wrong, maybe you've done them wrong, but it's time to speak up and talk things through. And I know Aquarius, your sign, like, you're quite private and you're not really showing the world your emotions and the things that you're going through, but maybe it's okay to talk to someone and really, tell people that you're struggling, because sometimes it's okay for people to see what's going on because they understand you better. Because if you like disappear in the air, people think you don't care. And maybe you're just going through something. So it's okay to say that. Like, you don't have to go into details. So let go of control issues and engagement. So maybe some of you have met someone new, or you're in a relationship and you want to take things to the next level, but you want it to go the way you want it to go, right? And this is where Pluto comes in on the sun, moon, rising, especially for your early degree Aquarius. So when you're trying to control something, people are gonna walk away, right? Maybe they're trying to control you. Maybe they're trying to control you into having a relationship, and you're like, I don't like this. Like, Aquarius does not like to be controlled. So it's about letting go of how things should go and how it should be, and just go with the flow and listen to your intuition. If things feel wrong, this is the moment you can step away. This is the moment where you can say, this is not for me. So listen to that feeling. Listen to it. And do you need to be rushed into engagement, okay? If you're with someone that didn't want to have an engagement with you for 10 years, okay, that's a different story. Reconciliation. So some of you might even reconcile with someone from the past. We do have the South Node in Libra in the 9th house. So this could be someone from a distance, like someone from, far away coming to you, and you have something to talk about. You have something to restore, talk about your true feelings, so you can truly heal that. And then you can decide, do we want to move on or do we want to close this? And once you can have this mature conversation, at least from your side, that brings so much healing in your life. I'm getting flirt. So it's like, it's like okay to flirt, but also I feel like, this is about the control. Maybe someone doesn't want you to flirt, or doesn't want you to do certain things, or you don't want that person to flirt. So you're gonna have to talk about rules, and you need to be clear about what you want. Because if you're not clear, and you're saying, hey, I don't want you to flirt with other women, other men, you need to be more clear in your communication. This is your lesson at this time. Anyways, that's my message for you, my lovely, lovely Aquarius. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below how this resonates with you, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you for being here. I so appreciate you. Let's move on to Pisces. Pisces, sun, moon, and rising. So for you, we have this full moon in Scorpio in your 9th house. So this is your fellow water sign. And, as a water sign, you are not afraid to dive deep. And this is a time to really sit in these uncomfortable feelings, okay? And like listen to what your subconscious self is telling you. So by meditation, some of you could definitely go on a retreat or on a trip, and this trip is going to help you understand better your subconscious belief systems. Okay, so with Pluto in the 12th house, you might attract people that are triggering these wounds within you. Okay, you might meet them on a trip, you might meet them in your day-to-day life. Some of you are studying as well, with the sun in the 3rd house, Jupiter, Uranus in the 3rd house, and the moon in the 9th house. So maybe you're doing a workshop or a study. You could be in a spiritual organization, and people say things to trigger you, and you have to see, like, why does it trigger me? What can I do about it? And how can I let this karma go? Okay. At the same time, you have Saturn in your own sign. So you are going, like, some of you are literally going through, Saturn return, which is not an easy time. You could be going through Saturn under sun, moon, or rising. So it's teaching you on where in your life you can heal yourself to be in a happier place. So Saturn is the heart teacher, right? This is teaching you about how to take responsibility, how to take accountability. If you do that, it's going to be much easier to deal with situations, okay? So if you're hardworking, Saturn will work with you, okay? Saturn will work with you. If you don't want to work hard, it's going to be even more difficult to get stuff done, okay? It does make you feel a bit more lethargic and heavier, but at the same time, you can let go of so much karma, Pisces. You have no idea. This is the time where you can, get this heaviness out of your body. So I would take it with both hands, do your meditations, go on a trip, and have this, stare into the nature, give yourself the time to see what it is that needs healing, what subconscious belief systems are preventing you from having the job you want, the relationship you want. And, you are in a beautiful period where you can share your communicative skills. Some of you are preparing to move soon, okay? That's better after May for a lot of you Pisces, especially Pisces rising. Money is starting to be better, okay? Money was very difficult for you. It's starting to be better. So now it's about learning how to deal with your money, and also how to enjoy it, right? To not always have this fear related to your money, but really being conscious that if you spend it, that you can fully enjoy the moment of spending that on something. All right. Keep an open mind. So keep an open mind on how things will work out for you, and how I'm feeling like there could be more than one way to make money for you. And I feel that it's going to come for you. So I'm getting separation. So some of you are in a separation with your partner. This could be just temporarily. This could be like long-term separation. Okay, this could even be a divorce, and you need to learn how to make your own money. We do have the South Node in Libra in the 8th house. So some of you are splitting your assets, and you're learning how to make your own money, or how to be more stable by yourself. If you're it could also just be a temporarily split. Like one partner is going on a holiday and the other one stays home. And this is going to give you more insights on yourself, because sometimes you have to be away to become more aware of the situation at home. And then it goes here, love yourself first. So you're finding ways to love yourself. You're finding ways on expressing yourself better, telling people what you need, because sometimes you forget that you have needs too, and that people need to be there for you as well. But if you don't really verbalize it, that's hard. Past life relationship. So some of you are attracting someone from the past, maybe getting back together, but it's important to see what is this person bringing to the table. Are they coming in differently? Are they coming in serious? And you can be a bit strict about it, because you're like, I'm doing my own thing. I'm so focused on my own development. So it's important that when someone wants to come back to you, you have to be a little bit strict about it, right? Like, is this something that I'm open to? And if I am, I need time, I need you to step up, I need you to do this, that, and that, okay? So yeah, definitely time to revise things, to travel, to learn, to read, and to overlook things that maybe you've done before. So overlook older projects to see like if you need some, it needs to be retouched or revamped in some ways. But yeah, overall, this will be a very transformative month that's gonna bring you closer to your faith, whatever it is that you believe in. And also it's the faith in yourself and that you're able to achieve the things that you worked so hard for. So that's my message for you, my lovely Pisces. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below how this resonates with you, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye bye.